Hallo alle zusammen, welcome to this video. So many of you guys constantly ask me what is the best way to learn German? How can I start? Do you have any tips or tricks how I can make my language learning journey easier? So I decided to make this video and tell you all of my secret tips and tricks that can help you make your learning experience more fun or more effective or efficient. So first up, I do want to say that everybody has a different learning style, so my tips don't necessarily match with everybody's learning styles, but there might be some helpful advice for you too. Okay, so the first advice that I would give you is to set a clear goal. Where do you want to be? What do you want to learn in which amount of time? So do you just want to study a little bit of German because you want to travel to Germany and you want to be able to ask where the toilet is or where the next supermarket is, or say hello to strangers and ask how are you doing or something like that? Then set a clear goal. Okay, in the next 6 weeks I'm going to study all the common German phrases and be consistent with that. Or do you want to take a little bit more of a serious approach and say, okay, I do want to reach a certain level that I can be fluent in German. So for example, B1 to B2 is kind of the starting of fluency level in German, the intermediate level. So you can set a clear goal with that. Okay, in 1 year I'm going to reach the B1 or B2 level in German, and I am going to be consistent with that too. I'm going to sign up for a course, or I'm going to make an entire study plan where you know specifically when you will learn what to reach that goal. But then also don't be too harsh with yourself if you do not meet that deadline. If you have so much going on in your life and you cannot make it, then don't be too harsh with yourself, because that's life and language learning should be fun. So don't be too strict with your goals either if it gives you too much stress. You know what I'm saying? Okay, the second advice I have for you, if you are a complete beginner, is learn the grammar. German grammar is really important and quite confusing, I dare say, but it is very, very important and necessary to be able to actually understand the language and then also be able to use it. It's kind of like when you want to drive a car. First thing, you have to get a car, right, in order to learn how to drive. So first, getting a car is kind of the same as learning the grammar of a language, just the structure, how it works, the skeleton of the language. So you are able to then add fuel so you can start driving. So then you are able to add more words to your vocabulary so that you can slowly but surely start talking. So learn the grammar and then learn the words, and then step by step learn how to speak. My third advice is do a little something every day. It may just be going on your Instagram and watching one of my videos so that you are confronted with the German language at least one time a day. It can be listening to a German song, it can be watching a YouTube video, it can be having a small talk with your colleague at work in German. It can be, there's lots of ways you can do that, but just try and surround yourself with German so that you are confronted by the language at least one time a day. Of course, the more the merrier, but for some people who do not live in a German-speaking country, it's a little bit more difficult to do that. But there are lots of resources and ways to do that if you have a phone and a Wi-Fi connection. My fourth advice is try and speak as much as possible. If you are in a German-speaking country, try and make German friends and talk to them in German. I know a lot of people who live in Germany say that even though they have German friends, they just speak English with each other. But try and tell them, hey, I do want to improve my language skills, so can we switch to German, or at least have German talk sometimes so that you get that practice in your day. And if you are not living in a German-speaking country, if you live in your home country or abroad and you do not have access to a lot of German speakers, then you can also use online resources. There are really great language learning platforms online, such as Hello Talk, where you can just connect with strangers who live abroad and then have conversations or even video chats with them and just practice and talking about all kinds of stuff. Or you can also get a teacher, an online teacher that you can have, on a set schedule, have classes and just practice speaking. Because What do you want to use language for? Why do you want to learn German? To speak mostly, right? You want to be able to converse with German speakers or know how to navigate life in a German-speaking country, or maybe you have some other intentions or goals. But in my opinion, speaking a language is one of the most important things to do when learning a language. So try and practice speech as much as possible. And then my fifth advice is just have fun. It's a really cool language and there's lots of people who you can connect with if you speak German. And in my opinion, being able to speak German and express yourself thoroughly in that language is a really cool thing. So I hope these advices were helpful to you. I hope they help you on your German language learning journey. And if you have any more questions, suggestions or wishes, then please feel free to pop them down in the comment section below and I will get back to you as soon as possible. So thank you for watching this video. Dankeschön und bis bald. Tschüss!